Guys, happy Monday morning. I really want to talk to you about something ridiculously important and some major clarity that I've gotten around, like, hopefully what can make you happy. Oh gosh, something just popped up on my Instagram and I was like, wait, is Coco Cassava live? She's supposed to be at school. Anyway, I digress. You guys, if you've been following the last few weeks, I hit like kind of a rock bottom and I had to do a whole hell of a lot of work around it and figure out like what the hell is going on. I have this like literal dream life. And guys, a lot of it is like, something I've never experienced before, which is kind of like depression. When you are like, one of my girlfriends actually asked me yesterday, she's like, well, aren't you excited about the Virgin Islands? And I was like, no. Like where you're like, you plan these epic trips and then you're just like, I could care less. Or this huge accomplishment, Brian, my husband, was like, you've done this and this and this and you've changed our family. And I'm like, doesn't matter. Like nothing, right? And then these crazy, like scary thoughts that run through your head. Those of you that know. So anyhow, Brian and I rewatched last night. I watched it on Saturday night, and then he really wanted to watch it again last night. The Weight of Gold, which is a documentary by Michael Phelps about Olympians. And here's what I know, and this may not speak to everybody because I do know that I'm wired ridiculously differently, and that is a huge blessing and a huge curse. So let me give you the backstory. So I am an addict, yes, in like every single thing that I do, right? History of like disordered eating, alcohol, drugs, like all the things, not really drugs, more alcohol, but drugs were definitely there. And so I, 5 years ago, did a whole lot of work around the fact that like kind of shifting the identity around that and realizing like I wasn't necessarily born an addict, but I was born with a brain and a personality that is so over the top driven and like boss of the wall that it shows up in why I could have written my way to any academic scholarship, because I was like so focused on school, and then I was so focused on athletics, and then I was so focused on my alcohol consumption. It's just like it's who I am, it's how I'm wired. And I said this at dinner the other night. I said the thing that almost killed me, the part of me that almost killed me in regards to drug and alcoholism and an eating disorder, but also almost wanted to kill myself, is the exact same reason I'm number one in a company of 400,000. Like that's the blessing and the curse, right? So we just need to learn how to like channel that, right? And I have to do that with my children too, because I see that with my children. So the point of this is, when I was watching the documentary, these Olympians, most of them work their entire life. They wake up so laser focused on this number one, there's one driving force, and they push kind of everything out. And every single day they wake up with a purpose and a drive and an exact path to get them to their goal, to get to the Olympics. And whether they get a gold medal, silver, bronze, or don't get anything, the day the Olympics is over, they're not necessarily the identity is gone, but the thing, the drive. Like when you are knit together, like us, and I'm not saying I'm an Olympian, I'm saying it's kind of the same mind, right? You have to have that thing. And I don't have that thing right now, and that's okay, temporarily. Because if I don't fill that gaping hole in my soul with something, whether that's like, I want to go build a school in Africa, it doesn't have to be work related. But if I don't fill that hole in my soul, it will get filled by something. And so the acceptance of kind of who we are. But I told Brian last night, I was like, I am the best testimony to literally what I teach every day in my Rise Up course and my Rise Up planner and how I lead my team. Because here's what I've experienced the last couple, like really months, but clarity in the last couple weeks is people are like, oh, even Brian said it to me yesterday. He's such a good soul, but he said, you just need to focus on joy. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't work, because that is not a SMART goal. That is not specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Like, and that sounds kind of cheesy that it needs to be a SMART goal, but it does, you know, like it's very, you wake up very aimless if you're like just kind of setting intentions for your life, for me anyway, and for people that are wired like me. I need something where I can go, I need to do these 5 things today to drive towards this goal at this date, and I can, you know, do that thing. And so my point in this whole entire talk is, do you have those goals? We talk about vision. I'm a huge, that's like what I'm on every stage and every, you know, guest speaking spot talking about is vision. But in your vision are goals, and they have to be specific. They have to be things that you can say, you have to be able to reverse engineer the goal. You can't reverse engineer joy, right? Or they have to be things that you can check off every single day. Because if mine was, say, I've actually got some major things brewing, by the way. I've got some huge things that I'm going to be starting May 1st. That align with this. Too early to announce that. But if I can wake up every day and say, I'm going to do this thing, right? Like, okay, let's talk about this. I started a 6-week workout program today. I'm super fired up. I'm super excited, and I'm getting some of my joy back because it's not necessarily this huge goal of becoming top in a company or saving a, you know, X amount of dollars or building a school in Africa. But it is something that I can wake up and know exactly what I need to do today to finish and accomplish this goal of this 6-week program, right? So that's a nice thing to have kind of in the wheel, but you got to get clear on your goals. And also kind of the intentions around seasons, right? So this weekend, to get myself like out of this funk, and here's the other thing, guys, that's really important. My friend Jessie Itzler talks about building your life resume. And I am all about that in my life right now. I'm like, I kind of need a break because I see lots of entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs like myself, check the box, accomplish massive success in one area, jump right into the next thing, massive success, jump right into the next thing. I don't want to do that anymore. I am at a point in my life, maybe it's midlife crisis, 43 years old, where I'm like, I want to freaking live, right? But I still want to continue to build businesses and brands, and that will always be part of me. So here's where I'm at. I have this like little flex area between now and the end of the school year where I'm doing this 6-week program, and then I'm doing this dance program after that, which is going to be hilarious and awesome and totally joy-filled. And I'm working my business, and I'm really, the intention of from here to the end of the school year is crafting and creating this incredible summer with my family, which I just want to be. I want to be with them. Coco and I are going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks. Like, that's something that was decided yesterday. We want the whole family to go. The whole family can't go. So screw it. Coco and I are literally going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks. And so like things like that, you know, family time with my family in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, which I grew up going to. Like, I'm creating this summer of like richness, and just like I'm being super intentional about what I'm creating for this summer, knowing that it's kind of a summer of like filling my heart up. And then I will be so freaking ready to build some epic things in my business come August, September. Like, we're taking things to the next level. But I can't take things to the next level in my business with these other pursuits right now because I just need a freaking break. You know, like but that break can't be what it's looked like in the last month. The last month or two has just been like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's been amazing and it's been needed and everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. And there's been kind of a softness and a slowing down and a going inward. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to have all these epiphanies. So that season was necessary. It's not comfortable. It's hard. But it was necessary to get me to the clarity that I needed for what's to come, right? But we have to kind of shift we got to get clear on our intentions, what we want to create in the world. But guys, if you don't have this this is what the next month is going to look like, and this is the plan, and this is the intention, and these are the goals. And for this season of summer, I mean, I'm a mom, so it's like cut up and things like that. You know, this is what summer is going to look like and feel like and be all freaking about. And I'm actually going to be doing something called the 100-Day Challenge starting May 1st. I'm just going to give you that much. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing. But starting May 1st, I'm going to be doing 100 days up. 100 days up. So I have that to look forward to, and I know that there's going to be 100 days where I'm committed to a goal, committed to an action, committed to something that's going to light me up. When we wake up every day and we just have these soft intentions or general directions that we want to go in, shit doesn't happen. So get smart with your goals, get specific with your goals. And I think the one thing that people don't realize, I know, right? Right? I'm like up and gone for 2 weeks, but I also can work anywhere that I want to, which is a huge blessing. But now I just totally lost my train of thought. But the thing that you got to do is, this is what I was going to say. I believe that, you know, people look to me and they're like, gosh, you've accomplished so much and you've built this huge brand and business and all the stuff. I don't think anyone realizes how much time I step out of my business and out of my life and survey it and go inward and think about the goals and think about the vision. And like guys, I'm not talking like an hour. I'm talking about like hours and hours and days and weeks that I do this. You know, I usually do it at the end of the year, which I did, and like wasn't feeling great. And so I had to do it again. You know, I had to go deep again. And so I'm constantly doing that work to be able to get clear on the goal and the vision, and then therefore accomplish the goal and the vision. If you don't pull back and assess and realign and figure out the exact roadmap, you don't get anywhere. So anyway, just my thoughts. If you guys don't have my planner, like, get it. If your goals are soft, not that they're not amazing, but they can't be vague, I should say, not soft. They can't be vague. They've got to be laser freaking focused. You can have intentions, you can have all that in your vision, but what is, like, if you were to say joy, what are the things that are going to bring you joy? How many days a week are you going to do them? Who are you going to hire? What are you going to commit to? What mastermind are you going to sign up for to get you that joy, right? That's what we need to be thinking about. So anyway, I'm fired up. 100 days of ... more to come on that. Starts May 1st. My new program that is my favorite fitness program of all time started today. That is literally 20 minutes a day plus my ab challenge that I crafted a couple of months ago. So I'm redoing that and just feeling good. Guys, no sugar, still cutting out the sugar, kind of resetting my metabolism. So it's getting back to being like a fat burning machine versus a sugar burner machine. That's not a good place to be, and I somehow ended up there. So anyway, happy Monday, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh my gosh, how do I even stop this?